Today is Memorial Day. As we honor this solemn day, we met up with some local veterans out of Kyle. Marine Sergeant Max Vasquez just returned from Arlington National Cemetery, where he was given the honor of laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. He tells me he's proud of serving his country and is eternally grateful to his fellow brothers who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Nobody wanted to go.
Every Wednesday, bright and early,
We were America's best. We volunteered.
these men gather inside the Austin Vet Center.
It's hard enough to watch.
And we sit down in a circle and we talk about how was your week.
I developed a lot of love for my fellow veterans.
We talk to each other because we can understand each other.
Most people could never comprehend the things Marine Sergeant Max Vasquez experienced in the Vietnam War.
They were shooting at us from the top of the building while we were hiding behind a little stone hedge. We had to adapt and improvise because they teach you how to fight in the jungle. They didn't teach us how to fight in the streets from house to house.
This scene would play out time and again for Vasquez, who was only 17 when he joined the Marine Corps in 1967, a week after graduating from high school.
When I went in the Army at 18,
Many others were just as young.
I went to flight training and then got to Vietnam.
I was probably one of the very few enlisted guys that got to fly on fighter aircraft.
Vasquez was stationed in Way City during the Tet Offensive and received 4 Purple Hearts.
This right here, 2 wounds and 2 shots. When I got shot in the leg, I didn't know I had gotten shot. It felt like somebody hit me with a 2x4. Until I took 2 steps and fell right on my face.
But that was nothing compared to the horrors of war he witnessed firsthand.
We opened in September the 11th of last year.
He told me about it as we toured Heroes Memorial Park in Kyle.
I had to carry my brother, Dennis Zorzik. I had to carry his body back because he got hit by an RPG and he was missing his arms, half of his face, and no legs. But I had to carry him back to the back lines.
Vasquez admitted that vision has been etched into his memory ever since, causing him years of trauma and PTSD.
All right, guys, come back real quick.
But like so many other veterans, he has pressed on, continuing to dedicate his life to serving his country.
I've been a police officer. I'm a retired structural engineer. I've been a bearer of the Olympic torch in Atlanta. I carried the Olympic torch. I worked 4 years for Vice President Bush. I worked 4 years when he was president.
Now at 74,
The burial flag that drapes the casket.
not a day goes by where he doesn't remember his brothers who gave their lives so that he can continue living his.
And the candle symbolizes a light of everlasting hope
In his regiment of about 120,
for the union with those still missing.
only 13 men came back.
I lost Sergeant Terry Allen, Sergeant Kennedy. I love you guys. I miss you. They are my brothers. They are forever right here. I will never forget them.
And Vasquez says it took him a while to physically and mentally get over his injuries, but he stays active by running and cycling. He's also a suicide prevention counselor for veterans, making sure that he takes care of his fellow brothers. And again, I know a lot of people go to cookouts and do a bunch of things today, but we also need to understand that today is a solemn day of remembrance.
It is, and you talk about what he does for others, but man, what he did for that soldier, his fellow soldier, and for their family to have, you know, the remains coming back to this country, and it's just unbelievable, the things that they went through in Vietnam especially. So we honor certainly every man and woman who served his country.
By the way, if you live in the Kyle area, the Heroes Memorial Park, they're going to have a 10 a.m. service this morning. So if you'd like to stop by, you're more than welcome.
I'd love to have you, I'm sure.